Erling Haaland's father Alfie Haaland was also a professional football player, who played as a right back or midfielder. Haaland played in the Premier League with Nottingham Forest, Leeds United, and Manchester City, and won 34 caps for Norway. He also had spells in his home country with Bryn FK and Rosalind BK. He retired due to a left knee injury. He had earlier also suffered an injury to his other leg that was caused deliberately in a tackle by Manchester United captain Roy Keane. The pair had a history of clashes on the field.
It was a sort of hostile atmosphere, and I think we were leading, but he just tried to tackle me, and I got the free kick, and he was sort of lying on the ground, and I just told him to get up, as I normally do with players, which is nothing more than that. I'm not trying to intend anything against him, so but obviously he took that very hard. Be really angry straight afterwards, but not like for months or years in this case. For 8 years I wasn't injured. Coincidence or not, that was my last 90 minutes in England. So is that a coincidence or isn't it? If you're in the ground and someone hits you in the right leg, you can still twist your other leg and you can get injured, and that's probably what's happened. So I haven't played a full 90 minutes after that incident, and that's the hard fact, and people can judge whatever they want. Obviously afterwards I found out, and he's already stated that in his book as well, that it was with intent, and he was seeking revenge and all those things. And I think that's a bit sad, sad for football, and yeah, it was not good for me either at the time.
Det jeg ser, så du sønnen til
Erling Haaland.
Det helt riktig. Du heter Erling, og du skåret 2 mål. Hvem det som har lært deg å skåre mål? For faren kunne det ikke.
Jeg aner ikke. Meg selv?
Han får ikke noe æren for det, han.
Nei. Alt andre for.
In 2004, at the age of 3, he moved to Bryn, his parents' hometown in Norway. Along with playing football from an early age, Haaland took part in various other sports as a child, including handball, golf, and track and field. Haaland started in the academy of his hometown club Bryn at the age of 5. During the 2015-16 season, he played for Bryn's reserve team and impressed, scoring 18 goals in 14 matches. In May 2016, Gauda Larsson was sacked as Bryn manager and youth coach Berntsson was promoted to caretaker boss. Having worked closely with Haaland and other youth teams, the interim manager handed the teenager his first start, 3 months before his 16th birthday. His debut was a second Tier 1 Division match against Reinheim on 12th of May. After having initially been deployed as a winger, Berntsson put Haaland in his favored central role as a striker after a few matches. Although he failed to score in his breakthrough season at Bryn, Haaland was offered a trial by German club 1899 Hoffenheim before eventually moving to Molde to play under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Haaland made 16 total senior appearances for Bryn. On February 1, 2017, Molde announced the signing of 16-year-old Haaland. He made his debut for the club on 26 April in a Norwegian Cup match against Volda T, scoring on his debut in a 3-2 win. Haaland's debut in the Eliteserien came on 4th of June, being brought on as a 71st minute substitute against Sarpsborg 08 and receiving a yellow card in just over a minute of play on the pitch. On August 6, 2017, Haaland scored the winner for Molde in the 77th minute against Tromsø IL, his first goal in the league. His second strike of the season came on 17th of September, as he bagged the decisive goal against Viking FK in a 3-2 victory. In the aftermath of the game, Haaland received criticism from teammate Bjorn Bergman Sigurðarson for celebrating his goal towards Viking supporters. Haaland finished his first season at Molde with 4 goals in 20 appearances. On July 1, 2018, Haaland scored 4 goals in the opening 21 minutes against Brann, securing his team a 4-0 victory over the unbeaten league leaders at the time. After the match, Molde manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer compared Haaland's style of play to Belgian forward Romelu Lukaku, and said the club had rejected several bids for the striker from different clubs. In the following match a week later, Haaland continued his scoring run with a brace against Vålerenga in a 5-1 win. He scored his first goal in UEFA competition on 26 July, converting a penalty in Molde's 3-0 Europa League qualifying victory against KF Lassi. Due to a sprained ankle, Haaland did not participate in Molde's last 3 league matches of the season. For his performances in the 2018 Eliteserien, Haaland received the Eliteserien Breakthrough of the Year award. He finished the 2018 season as Molde's top goalscorer, scoring 16 goals in 30 matches across all competitions.
He's a fantastic prospect. He's got a great personality, great mentality, which is a bit, call it un-Norwegian-like, because in Norway, the kids nowadays, it's so easy, and it's the best place in the world to live in. It's not a lot of demands on them. But that kid, he's got a proper English mentality. In the first cup round he started and he scored our first goal. So he'll be a top player. If I get into Man United instead of in Leeds and City like his dad played for.
There's a lot of similarities between British and Norwegian people, I think. So it's easier. It would be nice for him to go over there. You know, I've just got good, positive memories. My career ended maybe early, but I'm trying to look back on the good years instead of the last 2 years. Everybody's got to finish sometime now. I finished a bit early, but I still had some great years.
After 2 years at Molde, playing 43 matches and scoring 16 goals, Austrian Bundesliga champions Red Bull Salzburg announced that Haaland would join the club on January 1, 2019, signing a 5-year contract. The Athletic's Phil Hay would later reveal that prior to his move to Salzburg, Haaland was also subject of an offer from his father's former club Leeds United. He made his debut for the club on 17 February, the 2018-19 Austrian Cup quarter-finals against Wiener Neustadt, and scored his first goal on 12 May in the Austrian Bundesliga 2-1 win over Lask. On 19 July, he scored his first hat-trick for the club in a 7-1 Austrian Cup win against SCESV Parndorf, and followed this up with his first hat-trick in the league on 10 August, scoring 3 in a 5-2 victory against Wolfsberger AC. He got a third hat-trick for Salzburg on 14 September in a 7-2 victory over TSV Hartberg. This was the 6th consecutive league game Haaland had scored in, with 11 total goals. 3 days later, Haaland made his debut in the UEFA Champions League against Henk, where he scored 3 goals in the first half of an eventual 6-2 victory, his 4th overall hat-trick for Salzburg. In his next 2 matches of the Champions League season, Haaland recorded a goal against Liverpool at Anfield and a further 2 against Napoli, becoming only the second teenager after Karim Benzema in the history of the competition to score in each of his first 3 appearances. His 6 goals were also the most scored by any player in their first 3 Champions League matches. After converting a penalty in Salzburg's reverse fixture against Napoli, Haaland became the first teenager to score in his first 4 matches in the competition, and only the 4th player of any age to achieve this feat, following Zé Carlos, Alessandro Del Piero, and Diego Costa. He then scored all 3 goals in Salzburg's 3-0 victory at Wolfsberger AC on 10 November, recording his 5th hat-trick of the season and his 2nd against Wolfsburg. On 27 November, Haaland came off the bench to score another goal against Henk, joining Del Piero, Serhii Roth, Neymar, Cristiano Ronaldo and Robert Lewandowski as the only players to score in the first 5 matches of the Champions League group stage, and becoming the first teenager to score in 5 consecutive matches in the competition. However, he would fail to find the net in Salzburg's final group match against Liverpool, as his team lost 2-0 and were eliminated from the competition. This would prove to be Haaland's final game for the club. He departed Salzburg having recorded 29 goals, with 28 of these coming in only 22 appearances made during the 2019-20 season.
I never believed I would score a hat-trick in my Champions League debut. It's the craziest thing I've ever done in my life. It's just crazy thinking about it. It's the Champions League, and it's the biggest competition in the world. It's a dream come true to make my debut, but I didn't think I would score. I was a bit nervous, of course, but I think the whole team handled the match preparations and the nerves very well. And when the match started, we showed that we were ready. We started with a bang. Yes, lots of emotions came flowing out at that point. It was a fantastic start, and it was just a lot of fun.